What's the wildest reason someone ever called the police on you? I was watering my plants on a quiet Sunday morning when I noticed the woman across the street. Again, she'd moved in about a month earlier. Middle-aged, perfectly highlighted hair, yoga pants that screamed Lululemon, and a tiny dog that barked like it was trying to summon demons. We hadn't spoken, but she watched me every single time I stepped outside, through her blinds, pretending to check her mail 3 times in 1 hour, staring straight from the porch like it was her assigned FBI stakeout. That morning, she wasn't pretending. She stood on her porch, phone to her ear, just staring at me. I smiled, waved. She turned away like I'd flashed her. 20 minutes later, 2 police cruisers pulled up in front of my house. Lights on. 2 officers got out, hands hovering near their weapons. "Ma'am," one called, "put down the watering can and step away from the house." I froze. I'm standing there in garden clogs and a tie-dye hoodie holding a green plastic watering can like some suburban serial killer. "What's going on?" I asked. "We received a report of suspicious activity. A woman digging graves in her front yard." I blinked. "Graves? I'm planting hydrangeas." They looked at each other, clearly not sold. "Your neighbor said you've been burying things at odd hours," the younger one added. "She claims she saw you drag a large bundle across the lawn around 3 a.m. last night." That's when it clicked. Last night, my cat peed on my memory foam mattress topper. In a sleep-deprived rage, I dragged it out to the curb at 3 a.m. for trash pickup. The thing looked like a human body bag in low light. I explained all of this, gesturing toward the mattress topper still crumpled beside the trash can like a soggy crime scene prop. Still, the cops were eyeing my freshly turned flower beds. "What about the digging?" "I'm a landscape architect. I'm installing a native plant garden." I pulled out my phone, showed them design plans, a list of species I was planting, even the university faculty page with my name and photo. Finally, the older officer nodded. "All right, makes sense." Then added, "Your neighbor also mentioned a cult?" "A cult. She says you wear strange robes and chant in your backyard." At that, I burst out laughing. "I do sunrise yoga in my bathrobe." They did a walk around, found mulch, perennials, and a couple of very confused squirrels. Apologized, left. Across the street, I watched her watching us, phone still clutched like a crucifix. The next day, I baked cookies, walked across the street, knocked. She opened the door just a crack. Her eyes widened like I was holding a severed hand instead of snickerdoodles. "Hi, I'm Diana," I said, holding out the plate. "I think we got off on the wrong foot." "I'm calling the police again," she whispered. "Before you do, you should know the police chief is my brother-in-law." Absolute lie, but she didn't need to know that. Her hand lowered. "I'm not burying bodies. I'm a professor of landscape architecture. The only thing dying in my yard is invasive species." She stared at the cookies. I added, "They're not poisoned, though I understand why you'd worry, given you think I run a murder cult." Something cracked in her expression. Her shoulders dropped. "My last neighbor was a drug dealer," she said. "The one before that had domestic violence issues." I nodded. "Tough run." "Yeah, weirdest thing about me is my fern collection," I said. She took the cookies. "I'm Meredith. 2 years later, we have coffee in my garden every Sunday." She volunteers at the university greenhouse now. Still side-eyes the weirder plants I bring home. But she's never called the cops again. And yes, I still do sunrise yoga in my robe.